Hi, now this is Baby by Justin Bieber. Now to play this I'm going to have my capo at the 1st fret. Now you can try it at the 3rd fret or you can even try it without the capo at all. I just prefer the pitch at the 1st fret. Now we're going to use some standard chords and a couple of little variations. So we're going to use a C. I'm also in the song going to use a C add 9. That's just C with my little finger brought down to that 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Now that's counting after the capo. Okay, C add 9. I'm going to use an A minor and an A minor 7. Again, that's just A minor with my little finger brought down to that 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Okay, I'm also going to use an F, and you've got some options here. You can use the bar if you want. I'm going to use a 4-fingered version of F, which is I'm not playing the bar. I'm just taking my index finger and placing it onto the 2nd string at the 1st fret. Alright, that's an F shape. Now if you want you can play a standard 3-fingered F major 7, that sounds absolutely fine. Right, and I'm also going to use a G. Okay, now there's 2 parts to the song, a very short intro and then a verse that just goes round and round in circles. So I'm going to add a few strumming pattern options in here just to add quite a lot of interest to the song. So we'll start off with the intro then. Now I'm going to start off with my fingers in a C shape and I'm going to play a down strum, then I'm going to palm mute. Alright, now to palm mute you just take that beefy part of your hand and just pat it onto your strings. Okay, so down, palm mute, then down up, palm mute. Alright, so on the C then, same on A minor. Okay, same on the F, and same on the G. Right, now that's basically the whole intro. So if you want to try a different option here, just a slight difference, but see if you want to try this out. Again, I'm going to do much the same thing, but I'm going to bring in that C add 9 and that A minor 7. So on the C then, I'm now going to play a down and palm mute on the C. Then I'm going to bring my little finger down, okay, just for 1 strum on that C add 9. So just 1 strum down, and then I'm lifting that little finger off to make the C again for the upstroke and the palm mute. Alright, so on the C, down, palm mute, little finger down, C add 9, down, take that little finger off, C, up, palm mute. So it's much the same thing, only I'm just bringing that C add 9 in just for 1 down strum. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do exactly the same thing with A minor. Down strum on A minor, palm mute. Again, little finger down to make that A minor 7. Down strum, little finger off, back to the A minor, up strum, palm mute. Okay, so it's much the same thing. Right, okay. Then on to the F, which is just what we did before. And the G. Right, onto the verse now. Now the verse is a sequence that you just keep repeating all the way through the song. So to add some interest, I'm going to show you a couple of different strumming pattern options that you can use. So we'll start off with the simplest one, and it's a standard pattern, the down, down, up, down, up. Alright, so you're going to play that twice on each chord. So starting off, 2 measures on C, so 2 strumming patterns on C. 2 on A minor. 2 on the F, 2 on the G, and so on. So from that G you just go back to the start and you just keep repeating that sequence all the way through the song. Right, so that's the simplest strumming pattern. Let's have a look at another option now. Now I'm going to bring in a palm mute. So I'm going to play a down, palm mute, down, up, down, up. Right, okay, so let's just try that then. So again, we're going to use that strumming pattern twice on each chord. Right, now here's a 3rd strumming pattern option. Now with this we're going to add some syncopation, that's taking out some notes and adding some notes in. So we're going to start to mess around with this. So we're going to play a longer strumming pattern on each chord just to add again a little bit more interest. Okay, so on the C now I'm going to play a down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. Alright, So a little bit more at tempo then, so you get a feel for it. This is all on the C. We're playing one longer strumming pattern on each chord now. Over to the A minor, do the same thing. Over to the F, do the same thing. Over to the G. So that's with some syncopation then, so I'll just play that a little bit more at tempo so you get a feel for what's going on here. So we're playing a longer strumming pattern on each chord. Alright. Right, now finally here's a fourth strumming pattern option. Now with this one I'm going to use exactly the same strumming pattern, that long one that we've just used, only in the middle of it I'm going to bring in the C add 9 and I'm going to bring in the A minor 7 again to add that little bit more interest. So if I just did it on the C then, so what you'll see is I'm using exactly the same strumming pattern. So I'm going to play the down, down, down. Okay, now for the next bit I'm going to bring my little finger down to make that C add 9 and I'm going to play the up, up, down. Okay, then I take that little finger off, that's back to the C chord again, and then I'm going to finish the strumming pattern off with the up, up, down, up. Alright, so you want to get a feel for that, so I'll do it a little bit more at tempo. It's exactly the same strumming pattern we used before, only I'm bringing in that C add 9 in the middle. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing on the A minor, and I'm going to use the A minor 7 here. Okay, bring little finger in, A minor 7, up, up, down, little finger off, back to the A minor again, up, up, down, up. Alright, so same on the A minor. Okay, and then back to the F, we're just using that same strumming pattern we did before. Back to the G, same strumming pattern. So there's the final one. Now you can try that one if you want. So there's 4 strumming pattern options for the verse and 2 strumming patterns for the intro. It's entirely your choice, or you can even mix and match them around. That's it. That's Baby by Justin Bieber.